When I tell you that I rushed home from work today because I was thinking all literal morning that I could not wait to come home and say what I had to say. Let's get comfortable. I am a recovering serial narcissist lover. And I literally just cracked the code on how to figure out why. So, ever since like 5 a.m. this morning, I was thinking about all these crazy things that have gone on in my life and why they went on the way that they did. And like a lot of the time I'm in I used to be in victim mentality a lot and I'm like, why me? Like why did all these horrible shitty things happen to me? What am I doing wrong? What did I do to deserve this? But at the same time, I just keep picking back up and I keep going no matter what. I always have. And then it hit me. I think that's the literal key to, navigating, childhood trauma is literally just using your pain as power. Like, you need to welcome pain. And I know that sounds absolutely freaking insane, but like the people that I know and people who have been extremely successful in life have not had a cushy life. They had to endure like some significant amount of trauma or pain or just insanity, because then and only then will it give you the drive to put value out into the world and help others and become a better and different person for yourself and your family and whatever audience you're trying to help. And the relationship that I was just in for the last 10 years literally took almost everything out of me. Like, it was the most mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually draining relationship that I had ever been in. And he had always wanted to like stay around me and stay being friends and this, that, and the third. And out of kindness and whatever else, I tried to do the same. I tried to be cordial because I'm not a confrontational person. The thing I realized though is that every single time that I was ever in his presence, I never felt safe. I never felt calm. I never felt peace. I always felt like there was something. I always felt like he was like plotting against me and he would like tell me that I was paranoid and blah, blah, blah. But like, that's your intuition. When you know something is not right, it's not freaking right. Like, listen to your body. And sometimes we look back in retrospect and think like, oh my God, how did I ignore this? How did I ignore that? And I used to just cry for like, a year and a half. And I was like, why? What did I do to deserve all of the things that he did to me? Until one day I decided, you know what? I am going to thank him for every blessing that he gave to me, because every pain and suffering that was brought to me had brought me a way bigger blessing. Every time that I was abandoned, I learned to be independent. Any financial hardship that he left me in, I learned how to manage my own money and to make my own money and to be successful. When I was left without a vehicle, I went and bought a new one. And I did it because I could. Anytime that I was downgraded about my worth or the way that I looked or anything that I did that was just not good enough, I learned now that I needed to love myself. This man literally taught me everything that I do not want and will not put up with in future relationships. When I was isolated from my friends or family, it brought me clarity on who was actually a good and decent human being and the type of friends and people that I want in my life. When the kids were even abandoned, I'm like, you know what? That was protection. That was protection from them, that they didn't have to endure any of the trauma that I did. I even look back at like my license photo when I was active in marriage and my license photo after, when I changed my name back to my maiden. And it is wildly insane how different I look and how much I have, like, not to be conceited or anything, but like how much prettier and how much more glowy I am since I've been on my own. It's crazy the abundance that I have gained. It's crazy the people that have come into my life. Every single time that this man has given me the silent treatment, I make more money. I beautiful things come into my life every single time, and I can't even make that up. And it honestly all comes down to like me. I was trying so hard because I didn't want to let this person go because I had such an attachment to him because you know, how nice he was to me in the first 6 months of our relationship. I felt like I owed him something. I don't know. And I just put up with way more than I ever should have. And I realize now that getting rid of all these negative people that I had in my life a few years back brought in so many good ones. And with these good ones, I realize that when I express that I have, you know, an issue of any sort, they don't look at me and be like, you are digging up bones from the past and you're just causing more problems and you're so confrontational. They look at me and say, I'm so sorry. I'll never do that to you again. I didn't know that that hurt you and that was not my intent and it will never happen again. And guess what? It doesn't. Whereas before, me bringing up anything was always an issue. It was always a me problem. And when you're told you're a problem, like your whole life for doing stuff like that, like even by my parents, I've attracted the same type of dynamic in the men that I have chosen as the parents that I had. And it all just instantaneously like clicked to me and I was like, holy crap, like all these people that are in my life value me. They genuinely give a shit and want me there so they don't hurt me. Whereas the parents that I had and the exes that I had would hurt me and then continuously say, I love you though. So I believe that that's exactly what love was. And I put up with it. And in each and every single person that I was with after, it was the same lessons that had to be taught to me. And as every person went by, I got I learned the lesson worse and worse and worse because the universe is like, hey, if you're not learning these red flags ASAP, I'm going to make it hurt more until you finally get it. Until you finally get it through your thick skull. So naturally, I finally got it. And now I realize, like, okay, I don't disrespect people and I don't hurt people. So why is it okay for people to do that to me? Like, I totally learned every ounce of self-worth and self-respect and self-love from the pain that I have endured from my last relationship. And for that, I am so thankful. So thankful to him. I truly, truly am. Because without that, I would have continued down the horrible path that I had always been in, and realizing that I didn't deserve any better. That was my subconscious thought, was that I was worthless and I was unlovable. I didn't deserve a good person. I didn't XYZ, even though that's not the way that I love, even though that's not the way that I love my children or I love my friends or I love my family. I just thought that that was normal to me. I thought that that's what all that I was worthy of. And I guess I just had to do exactly what I did, which was ask the universe to show me clarity and to show me the lesson that I needed to learn so that I could up level in life, because that's what I want. And I want to help other people, which is why I make the things that I do. Which is why I have the job that I have, where I help women every single day. And I love it. It's definitely my passion. So in order to have a new life, you have to get rid of the old one. And unfortunately, that's just how it works. So you drop these people that are hindering you and hurting you in order to let in good ones that you need to like build the stepping stones of becoming the person that you want to be. And ever since, I've had all these people come into my life who are giving me all this random, like, business advice and financial advice and just advice in life, and hooking me up with, like, these people that, like, networking. And it is wild. All you have to do is literally let go of your limiting beliefs of, you know, you're not worth anything because of these horrible people in your life due to your shitty childhood. I always knew that I was not meant for a mediocre life, which is why I always asked for more. And, you know, the people that I was with always tried to humble me. And I was never happy. People will always try to keep you small because they're jealous of your success. And I've had people even tell me that. And I will never let anybody use anything against me, and I will use my pain for strength. Always.